Welcome all. Today's class is about projection of solids. We have already discussed the projection, orthographic projections of lines. Then in the next part, we can discuss the projection of solids. Actually, the solids are categorized or classified into two major groups. First group is solids having top and base of same shape. Solids having top and base of same shape. And in the second category, solids having base of some shape and just a point as a top. That point is known as apex of the solid. These are the two categories of solids, group A and group B, in which solids having top and base of same shapes coming under group A. Then solids having base of some shape and just a point as a top is coming under the group B. And in group A, first type of solids is a cylinder. Cylinders are having top and base of same shape, and that shape is nothing but circle. Nothing but circle. Then bottom face is a circle. Then top face also a circle. Here the axis of the cylinder is perpendicular to base. So we can say that the cylinder is a right angled cylinder. Right angled cylinder. Then in the category B, we can see the same shape or same circle at the bottom of the or base of the solid, but at the top face, or there is no top face here. At the top there is only one point, and that point is called the apex of the cone. And this type of solids are known as circular cone. Here again the axis is perpendicular to base. Now this one is called right circular cone. Right circular cone. These are the different categories of solids. First one, solids having top and base of same shape, and the second one, uh, uh, bottom face or base of the base having some shape, and the top having a point only. Then another category which is coming under group A. Group A types of solids are prisms. Prisms. Here there are four types of prisms. Four types of prisms. First one, triangular prism, where the base and top face are triangular in shape. Then these are square prisms. Top and bottom faces are squares. Then pentagonal prism, hexagonal prisms are there. And in the case of the same type of solids, which is coming under group B, are known as pyramids. For pyramids, the base having a particular polygonal shape, then at the top there is only a point. That point is known as the apex of the pyramid. These are the triangular pyramid, square pyramid, pentagonal pyramid, then hexagonal pyramid, etc. These are the different categories of pyramids. And these pyramids are coming under the uh, group B categories of solids. Then cube, a solid having 6 square faces. In the case of a cube, this is actually a type of prism having the height of the prism is same as that of the base edge. Here is this one is base edge, and when this height is equal to base edge and all base edges are same, then we will get the a special category of prism. That type of category of prisms are known as cube. Here in the case of cube, a solid having six square faces. Six square faces. And the another special type of a solid coming under group B is tetrahedron. Here, a solid having four triangular faces. Four triangular faces. All triangles are equal. Four equal triangles. These type of solids are known as tetrahedron. Tetrahedron. This tetrahedron coming under the category of group B category. Then the different dimensional parameters of different solids. First one, square prism. Here this part is bottom face, and this part is known as top face. Then rectangular faces. The side faces are rectangular shape, and that faces are known as rectangular faces. Then this one, longer edge. This height is known as longer edge, and this small edge is known as edge of the base, and this corner is known as corner of the base. Then there is a base, there is a top face, there is a rectangular face. Then four different rectangular faces are there. Then there is longer edge, then a base edge or edge of the base are there in the case of square prism. And in the case of square pyramid, there is a base having square shape. Then corner of the base, as in the case of square prism. Then edge of the base, same as in the case of square prism. Then instead of a rectangular face, here in this in the case of pyramid, there is a triangular face. Then instead of a longer edge which is perpendicular to base, in the case of square prism, there is a slant edges are there in the case of square pyramid. And instead of this top face, in square pyramid, there is an apex. Then in the case of cylinder, once again this cylinders are coming under the category of group A, where top face is exactly same as that of the base, but the top face and bottom face both are closed curves. In the case of cylinders, any closed curve. Here, if that curve is a circle, then that cylinder is known as circular cylinder. Then this is base, and this is top face. Then there are generators. These are the generators. There is no particular slant edges or vertical edges or longer edges, as in the case of square prism or square pyramid. There is infinite number of generators. All generators are equal. So we can't point out a particular generators, and that generator is important, or like that. We can't point out a particular generator, because all generators are equal, and there are infinite number of generators in the case of cylinders. And in the case of cone, again this cone is coming under the category of group B category, where the top face is, instead of top face, there is a single point, and that point is known as apex. And in the case of cone, again generators, these generators are inclined to the axis of the cone, whereas in the case of cylinders, generators are parallel to the axis of the cone. That are the different features or different parameters of different solids. Here generators are imaginary lines generating curved surface of cylinder and cone. These are the imaginary lines, that is combination of infinite number of imaginary lines actually generating curved surface of cylinders and cones. Okay. Then in the case of another type of solids, here these are the section of solids and a top and base. Top and base not parallel. Here top face is not parallel to the base. Here again, not this top face is not parallel to base. This type of solids are called truncated solids. Truncated solids. Truncated truncated solids. Truncated solids. But in the case of but in this particular case, this top face is exactly parallel to base. Here again, this top face is exactly parallel to base. That category of solids are known as frustum of a solid. Frustum of a solid. Here, a frustum of a cone or frustum of pyramids. We can say that these categories are known as frustum. Frustum of solids. Top and base parallel to each other. These are the different dimensional parameters of different solids. Okay, next here actually this is a cone. This is a cone or front view of a cone. Here, when we consider this cone, in front view we can see that the cone is like an isosceles triangle. In front view, the cone is like an isosceles triangle, where this is the base, and that length is equal to diameter of the circle. And this is this particular generator, and this is equivalent to this particular generator. And actually these are the true length of the generators. These are the true length of the generators. And this point is apex. And this axis is perpendicular to base. Okay. Then we can see that in this particular figure, the axis of the cone is perpendicular to base, and that base is in HP. That means that axis of the cone is perpendicular to HP. And when we tilting this particular front view, we can say that in the second figure, the cone is resting on HP on one point of the base circle. This is one point on the base circle, and this is base circle. This is actually the base circle of the cone. Here again, axis inclined to HP. Axis is inclined to HP, and this is the angle inclination of the this is the inclination of the axis with respect to HP. Once again, this axis is parallel to VP. Axis is parallel to VP. And in the third figure, we can see that that same cone is resting on HP on one of its generators. This is one generator. When that generator is in XY line, means that solid resting on HP on one of its generator. That is the condition. Here in this particular case, we can see that axis is perpendicular to VP. That means this is the top view. In top view, we can see that axis is perpendicular to XY line. That means the solid is resting on VP such that its axis is perpendicular to VP. And base is in VP. And base is in VP. And in the second case, we can see that one point of the base circle resting on VP. one point on the base circle resting on VP, and this axis is inclined to VP, and that inclination is equal to phi, because that axis is parallel to HP. That axis is parallel to HP. And here, lying on VP on one of its generator. This is one generator, and that solid is lying on VP on one of its generator. These are the 6 different conditions. 6 different conditions. And steps to solve the problems in solids. There are so many different conditions, so many conditions of the solids. Here, group B solid like cone, we can see that when that cone is in such a way that its axis is vertical, then in front of we can see that an isosceles triangle. We can see an isosceles triangle, and top view we can see a circle, a circle. And when the axis is inclined to HP, or when we tilt this front view in such a way that the its axis is inclined to HP, and that cone is resting on HP on one of its point on the base circle, point on the base circle, then we can see that solid is like this. This face is, this bottom face is not visible. That means these curved parts are in broken lines. This face, this bottom circle is not visible in the top view. Bottom circle is not visible in the top, but this boundary is visible. This boundary is visible. Okay, then we can tilt this top view in such a way that its axis is inclined to VP, Then in this particular stage, we can say that axis is inclined to both HP and VP. Axis is inclined to both HP and VP. Similarly, in the case of cylinder, here in the first case, axis is perpendicular to HP, then axis is inclined to HP. Then we can, when we tilt this axis in the top view like this, then we can see that the axis of the cylinder is inclined to both HP and VP. These are the 3 steps if the solid is inclined to HP. Solids is inclined to HP. And group B solids like cone, here 3 steps if the solids are inclined to VP. If that axis is inclined to, that solid is inclined to VP, then in the first step we must represent as axis perpendicular to VP. If the solid is in such a way that its axis is inclined to HP is given, then we can solve that particular problem by drawing the base figure as axis perpendicular to HP. If the solid is inclined to HP, then its base figure, the solids must be placed in such a way that its axis is perpendicular to HP. And if the solids are inclined to VP, then in its base figure, that solid's axis must be perpendicular to VP. Then we can tilt that axis like this. Then we can say that axis is inclined to VP. Then after that we can provide inclination with VP. After that we can provide inclination with HP like this. We can tilt this front view like this. Then we will get the final figure like this. Same procedure we can apply in the case of group A solids like cylinders. Here if the solids inclined to VP, if the solids is inclined to VP, then in its base figure axis must be perpendicular to VP. This is the base figure. Then we can tilt this top view like this, and we can provide inclination with VP first. Then after that we can tilt this front view, front view. Then we will get the is a final figure, final view of the solid like this, like this. We can discuss various types of solids and various types of problems involving the solids in the coming classes. Thank you. Thank you all.